Princess Elizabeth became Queen at the age of 25 on the death of her father, King George VI, on the 6th of February, 1952. But she first made her intended service to country and Commonwealth apparent 4 years earlier, on her 21st birthday.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and to the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong.
But those words, which are forever remembered, very nearly didn't make it to air.
The speech was written by Dermot Morra, and there's a personal letter from King George VI's private secretary that reveals that the speech itself went missing only days before the princess's 21st birthday.
The Times reporter and journalist Dermot Morra was asked to write the speech, and his great-granddaughter, Livy Utley, still has the original letter of thanks sent by the royals.
The letter containing the speech got lost on the white train, which is the train that goes around South Africa. And it was picked up by one of the train staff in the diner, and it went missing among the bottles. And that's how we come to this letter. Sir Alan Lascelles wrote to my great-grandfather to tell him that the speech had now turned up and to thank him for it.
What does he actually say here?
He says, "I have been reading drafts for many years now, but I cannot recall one that has so completely satisfied me and left me feeling that no single word should be altered."
And does the letter reveal how the princess reacted to the speech?
Yes, he says, "The ladies concerned, you will be glad to hear, feel just as I do. The speaker herself told me that it made her cry. Good, said I, for if it makes you cry now, it will make 200 million other people cry when they hear you deliver it. And that is what we want."
In the aftermath of the Second World War, George VI, in a royal first, was accompanied by his family on a royal tour of South Africa. This was a happy time for the princess, but her royal responsibilities loomed. There were calls for independence within the Commonwealth, and so, on April the 21st, 1947, the princess famously dedicated her life to the service of Britain's empire. But what made this speech different from previous royal addresses, and why was it so important?
The royal family had never sounded like this. This was a young, female, articulate and approachable person addressing a new global audience across the Commonwealth and addressing them as equals. The key word to me is family.
The youth of the British family of nations, let me speak on my birthday as your representative.
At the end of the speech, she makes a vow to dedicate her entire life, long or short, to the service of other people.
God help me to make good my vow, and God bless all of you who are willing to share in it.
And of course, here we are, some 70 years later, and she's delivered entirely. She's the most travelled monarch, she's the most dedicated monarch. She's been to 116 different countries, and she has served in a continual and absolutely dedicated manner.
To accomplish that, we must give nothing less than the whole of ourselves. There is a motto which has been borne by many of my ancestors, a noble motto, I serve.
It's amazing. I can't believe that my grandfather wrote the speech which set the tone for the Queen's reign, really. I'm very, very proud, and I'm really glad that we've kept this letter, and I'll pass it on to my children.
The historic speech could have been very different had it never been found on that fateful day. Its broadcast not only united nations, but declared a devotion to service to the people of the Commonwealth, a service which continues in a reign that can now be remembered as the longest reign in British history.